Hello, and welcome back to Electra Ladyland. And I know I've had a long break, but the Chinese Year of the Snake was a real ass whipping. And there was a lot of things that needed to be skinned away, and so that a clear path could be revealed. So if you find yourself in a completely different position than you were a year ago, that's not a coincidence. Oh, one just come out, and then Father of Wands. So I still don't have a selfie stick. I did work out who stole it, but that's just how things are these days. So I'm just doing it as best I can. So I've done a preliminary shuffle and spread with my Gothic deck, and now I'm going with my favourite Kim Cran's Pocket Tarot and Father of Wands. So I've got masculine energy coming out. So at the moment I'm just covering two topics. So I'm doing my masculine and feminine energy, and I'm also doing so I've got masculine out right now, Father of Wands, action stations, baby. And I'm also covering Saturn in Aries because it's a juxtapositioning. So just a brief overview. Saturn is like a shepherding, another one. Saturn is like a shepherding planet. It shields us from astro fallout, like comets. It actually provides us with an umbrella to ward off, because its energy is so strong, its gravity is so strong, it pulls all the flying comets towards it instead of us. All right, so that's to show you how important Saturn is, and it's just come out of a phase and gone into a new constellation. So it's now in Aries. In astrology, which we don't really cover here, it's really the initiator, and it's a planet focused on action. And Saturn is a planet associated with Capricornus, Capricorn, and that's to do with planning. Both are masculine, but they pull in different directions. One wants to sort of start up right now, and the other one wants to plan for 6 million years before it takes action, sort of thing. So I'm just pulling some signatures on that. So at the moment I've got Death and Father of Wands, which is transformational. Now on my channel it doesn't really matter if they're upside down, it's still here. So this is a transition. When it comes in reverse, it could mean that it's being blocked, or that it's a difficult, there's some difficulty, or put an extra card on that to find out why that's inverted. But on my channel it doesn't change its meaning. So that is a transformational energy for divine masculine. So divine masculine going through some changes here. So another one popped out. I've got the card for traditionally known for betrayal, but on my channel, so that's the Three of Swords. On my channel, the sacred geometry for the 3, which is a prime number, and the swords is the mind. So that's cerebral mental energy. 3 of Swords represents a collaboration of the minds. So that's come out with the divine masculine. So with my Gothic deck, I've got Ace of Swords inverted. So that's a spark of inspiration. That's the mind working, but because it's in reverse, it can also represent the 10 of Swords, which can be working overtime. So that could be the Ten of Swords. Then I've got the Ten of Cups here, which is in the emotional. So the 10 denotes to 1. So somebody's put a lot of love and care and heartfelt passion into something here, dear to the heart. And it also 10 denotes to 1 in sacred geometry. That is heart space, going back to your own heart space. What do I crave in my heart rather than in my head? So this experience, place, situation, person, event has pushed, looks like divine masculine or divine masculine has been pushing the energy back to the heart space. It looks like it may have been a treacherous journey in the mind. Swords is the mind. So this could have been tough. There's a lot of people. I'm getting the sense too many cooks spoil the broth here, and someone here has kept things, the heart space with the Ace of Swords inverted like that. It's almost like they kept something dear to their heart very close, and that's a blocking. In the mind, it's like that's almost refusing to reveal information type of signature. And then in the cerebral, let's use this as a confirmation of this Three of Swords, Ace of Swords inverted energy. Then 5 is on the physical plane, for good or for ill. Someone here, a divine masculine, does not know which way this is going to go. They're really out to lunch with this transformational card inverted, which could mean even deeper than your normal transformational transitional energy. This could have been a real affront on the senses, because I've got heart energy and I've got cerebral energy here on the table together with the 5. Not sure if not really sure which energy to be in. Should I speak from the heart or the mind? And I've got the mind switched off here with it inverted. I've got the mind switched down. This person, place, situation, relationship, cause, does not want to show all their cards, does not want to play their trump card at the moment. And then just to top it off, I've got Ace of Wands inverted on the bottom of my Gothic deck. So I've got 3 10s here, which is auspicious. And I've already done a video a year ago or so on auspicious energy. So I will put a link in the description box for that one. And 10 of Wands denotes to 1, especially if it's inverted. So going back, putting energy, so Wands is action, putting energy back into the self. Something's happened here where everyone's kind of in the, not everyone, the divine masculine energy is in the number 1 mode. So Ace of Wands, and that, because it's inverted, I've got 10 10 10. Auspicious. Something's happened here. The divine masculine is sitting in auspicious energy because of this Saturn in Aries. As a very powerful, whoa, that just went flying. It's very powerful for the divine masculine at the moment. I'm feeling that they a little bit of an affront on the senses here. In the mind switched down because it's too much, and the heart energy is going back to the self, and he's really not really sure how to play this one out with the number 5. The number 5, see there's 5 cups there. So the number 5 is for good or for ill. It's also the pentagram, which represents protection. So someone here is protecting their energy because they're just not sure It's like they don't want to let anyone in with the Ace of Swords inverted here. So someone's really shut down in the, and they've shut themselves down because they're just really not sure about this affront. Affront means just challenge. This energy has really challenged the divine masculine. I've got nothing here to say that the divine feminine is going through the same thing. Generally speaking, the divine feminine would naturally be more adaptable. So I've got here the, yeah, Nine of Wands. Yeah, this has been colossally hard to grapple with, this signature. I'm getting a real freak out energy, as in, like, people thinking they're getting betrayed. There's a little bit of going too deep. It's getting too deep. It's getting a little bit Scorpius here. People are sort of like, at the moment, it's like, are you friend or foe? Yeah, I'm getting a real, are you friend or foe? Because if you're not, you know, prove it to me, or you're not in my heart space. That's I'm getting a lot of could be endings here with the Death. People are just saying, look, you've been in my life for a while, you know, what have you done for me lately? With the Heart here. Got another one. I'll turn that over in a minute. I'm just going to get a couple more. So if you're new to my channel, I use Tarot cards, but I use sacred geometry, which is a philosophy invented by Euclid and then developed by Socrates and then applied to the physical universe by Plato. So these are Greek philosophers, and this was the first institution of learning. And the Greek philosophers, the very first university that was ever built in Europe, in Greece, it was all male, you know, no women there, but that one sort of wants to come. I want to take that one. And it said, if you are not proficient in geometry, which is geo, earth, metry, measurement, if you are not proficient in the mathematics of geometry, you shall not enter. That's how important it was to them in sort of 300 before Christ, and various centuries after. We call it polymath now, where someone uses multiple platforms, so metaphysical and astrological and mathematical and philosophical, to describe energetic signatures. All right, we're all trying to understand how the world works, and I use this as a gauge. All right, so I've got a few out. I'm just going to keep going. I want to make it short, but I'm just going to keep going with the flow. All right, so I've got the Hermit in reverse. So the Hermit is like a sage. So I'm getting a real blocking here. It's like the Hermit doesn't want to go into a collaboration here. The Hermit wants to literally be a hermit. That's what I'm getting here. And that represents ambition and energy. That doesn't surprise me one bit. Saturn in Aries. And I've got collaboration here with projects. Lovely, lovely. That means everybody's getting on board. And then I've got Hangman. So that's the juxta I was talking about. People could change camps. It's almost like I'm getting the people could even change who they vote for if they get into if they get into a group where they start learning So being more ambitious about maybe their surroundings or their job. You might feel ambitious to go for a new job, or you might just join a new group or find something really interesting online that you think, oh, I've never done this before. And I'm just going to pick a few more. I'm going to hone in on the energy card and nothing else. Is that one. Three of Wands. Three of Wands. Yeah. So Three of Wands. This is really high energy. Look how they match. Look how these cards almost match. They've both got a little rainbow. So I'm getting sort of like I'm getting a sort of matching, like symmetry. I'm getting a sort of symmetry. I just want to see where this is going. Why have I got ambition, symmetry, collaboration, action, moving towards? I've got dreaming of yonder, beyond, out there. What's in the ether? What's in the ether? All right, so if you don't know what ether is, it is one of the 5 platonic solids of Plato. So we've got earth, air, fire, water, and ether. So we've got some with the, I'm just wondering what sort of signature we got here with the platonic solids. We've got fire, which is the tetrahedron. Very masculine. This energy is very masculine. Masculine. It's almost like a revolution for the masculine energy. I mean, but that's just wishful thinking for me. That could almost be revolution right there for the masculine energy. It's like liberation. Let's just find where this is going. So thanks to all my subscribers for sticking with my channel. I've got wheel of movement here. Yeah, this is what chimes in with what I'm saying. You could find yourself in a completely different group. You could sort of be saying, well, I wouldn't go as far as say, fuck this. Yeah, look, that's the beginning. That's like brainstorming. Yeah, it's almost like people want to, and there's more masculine energy on the bottom. Yeah, this is a full-on masculine signature, and it's brainstorming. It's brainstorming, but it's also could be political. It could be people just trying to make sense, putting energy into finding their group, their people. This is hard. I've got the 8 of Cups on the bottom. This could actually bring out some disillusioned people. So there's pitfalls in this energy. If everybody's just going, yeah, revolution, yeah. There's some pitfalls to watch out for. There's some scammers, schemers, exploiters just lurking around on the bottom of the deck. That's a gravity door. That means it's been here around for a couple of weeks. So can I just I've got to change decks. Dragonfly. Yeah, so Dragonfly is a real transformative. That's what I'm getting here. I'm getting a fully transform. It's almost like, so a dragonfly literally is born in the water and flies into the air. And then I've got this death here. So something's really changing. And I'll just get one more. And that one's, no, that's 2. I want 1. So one more. And thank you for chiming in. I'm afraid my videoing is up shit's creek as usual. But it's the message that counts. So let's just get one more for my subscribers. Where is this fully confrontational, cerebral shutdown, really not sure where the heart space is going, feeling the pulling my energy in. I've got like dragonflies sort of going almost into a completely different environment. I've got sort of, it says just read it. Okay. I just get these little messages in my head. We have got, we're going to find out what platonic solid it is. So we've got air energy. So air is the octahedron. So we've got one pyramid going up and one pyramid go down. And that represents divine energy, my friend. So this is across the board. This is masculine and feminine. The energy is almost drowning out divine feminine energy. I will do a clarification on divine feminine. So to close out, I'm just going to do a quick split. So I've got here, that's a negotiation energy. So people are really trying to work out things in their minds, and it's almost like it's overload. That's what I'm getting here. So this is the Master of Light. Illusion. Yeah, that's the card for illusion right there. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Be careful, my friends. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, and it's always moving. Yeah, I've got that wheel on the gravity door. It's been going for a while, a couple of weeks. Shifting, shimmering, changing. When the dragonfly appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through all this broken glass. See all these broken glasses down here? It's asking you to step back and let the light shine through on your current situation to make sure you have got a realistic gauge on it. But the Saturn in Aries or just wants to push forward. So it's like you almost have to shut down on purpose and lock yourself in to try and stop the movement so that you can shed light on any situation.